Best in Show by David Elliott, illustrated by 18 dog lovers. The Labrador Retriever. In so many hearts, you're number one. Agile, high-spirited, obedient, fun. You hunt, you fish, you search and find, you cheer the old, you guide the blind. So much aptitude, and yet you also make the perfect pet. Is there nothing you can't do? When we think dog, we think of you. In addition to their popularity as beloved family pets, Labrador Retrievers have earned a reputation for working as assistant dogs, police dogs, and even bomb-detecting dogs. Indal is a good example. Devoted to his owner with disabilities, Indal could load and empty a washing machine, operate buttons and switches, and even retrieve items from supermarket shelves. He was so smart, he even learned to use an automated money machine. Would you trust your dog with your piggy bank? The Blood Hound. No nose knows what your nose knows. Some people call the Bloodhound a nose with a dog behind it. The Bloodhound's sense of smell is at least 1,000 times better than yours or mine. Nick Carter might be the most famous Bloodhound who ever lived. Born in 1900, this doggy detective tracked down over 650 bad guys. Bloodhounds are famous for their snoring and drooling, like some people I know. The Bulldog. Head like a melon, face like a felon. The only thing not sagging is your loyalty. In spite of their roly-poly physiques, bulldogs can be quite athletic. Take Tillman, for example, also known by his nickname Pot Roast. Tilly held the Guinness World Record for the dog with the fastest 100 meters on a skateboard. His record was broken in 2013. According to his owner, he also loved to snowboard and surf. Bulldogs are known not only for their loyalty, but also for their enthusiastic tooting. Clothespin, anyone? The Shih Tzu. Some call you chrysanthemum dog, after a royal flower. But that doesn't mean you don't have power, the power to raise a warning alarm, but mightier still, the power to charm. Shih Tzus can trace their ancestry back to over 1,000 years ago, but due to many factors, they nearly disappeared in the first half of the 20th century. Today, every Shih Tzu that you see is related to one of 14 dogs that helped restore the breed. Shih Tzu means lion dog in Chinese, but they are also called chrysanthemum dogs because of the hair that grows like petals around their face. Prized for their playful, affectionate temperaments, Shih Tzus also make excellent watchdogs. Saint Bernard. Ooh, I love this art. This is fantastic. Mountain dog with your high shoulders and your boulder head, you're a mountain yourself. Huge, solid, stoic. When others faint, you're heroic. Is it any wonder you were named after a saint? If you ever find yourself needing help in high snowy mountains, you better hope a Saint Bernard is nearby. During the 18th and 19th centuries, these brave dogs saved over 2,000 travelers trapped in the treacherous snows of the Swiss Alps. Even though St. Bernards can weigh up to 180 pounds, they still make wonderful pets. But if your parents are always after you to clean your room, a St. Bernard might be your worst nightmare. Their huge paws track in lots of mud, and they shed, and shed, and shed. Some St. Bernards slobber so heavily that their owners make them wear bibs. The Border Collie. Ask any shepherd, it's a case of black and white. In an argument with sheep, you're always in the right. Border Collies love to work, and if there are no sheep to herd, they'll round up just about anything that moves, including kids and cars. Some people believe that Border Collies are the most intelligent of all the dog breeds. It's not hard to understand why when you consider Chaser, a Border Collie who could identify each of her 1,000 toys by name. Chihuahua. Sassy, saucy, bold, bossy. A national symbol of Mexico, Chihuahuas are the world's smallest canines, but since they are among the world's greatest watchdogs, they don't seem to know it. Some people believe that the Chihuahua is a descendant of the Techichi, an extinct breed of dog that appears in the temple carvings of the Toltecs, an ancient South American people. Later, the Aztecs believed the Techichi could see the future. The Irish Wolfhound. You were a soldier dragging the enemy from his horse. You were a hunter daring the wolf to do his worst. You were the companion of kings. You were all these things and more. But it's what you are now that we love you for. With an average height of 33 inches, the Irish Wolfhound is the world's tallest dog. They started out their lives as warriors, but they were also powerful hunters, bringing down animals as large as elk. At one time, it was illegal to own an Irish Wolfhound unless you were royalty or nobility. Today, these gentle giants are known for their goodwill and loving hearts. Because of their massive size, Irish Wolfhounds have a short lifespan, an average only about 7 years. The Commandor. Commandor? That coat. It's more than just a fancy do. It's your armor, protecting you from the sheep-hungry wolf or the ram-eating bear who, if they're not careful, find out too late there's a dog under there. In spite of all the map jokes, the Commandor, pronounced Commandor, is one of Hungary's national treasures. This dog doesn't need to go to a hairdresser to get those fancy tresses. As the Commandor grows older, its soft undercoat is trapped by much coarser outer hair, forming those protective cords. Some owners have said Commandors are such fierce guardians that a trespasser might come in, but he'll never go out. So maybe those mop jokes aren't so bad. When it comes to predators, the Commandor cleans up. Whew, that was a bad page for my reading. The West Highland White Terrier. Though you're just a little guy, there is some recompense. For what you lack in size, you make up in confidence. If you've never had a dog, the West Highland White Terrier might be a good choice for you. Easygoing and friendly, they get along with almost everyone, other dogs included. Like their cousins, the Scottish Terrier, Westies, were bred to hunt rats and other vermin. This is a dog who likes to have a good time. They might be the original party animals. The Scottish Terrier. You're a Scotsman through and through, though you'll lack a brogue or tartan, so big a personality in such a little carton. Scottish Terriers are stubborn characters who feel what's best for them is what's best for you. In spite of their size, Scotties are noted for their courage. In fact, their nickname is the Die Hard. That just about sums it up. The Afghan Hound. In ancient snowbound kingdoms, you were champion to the royal. The going rough, the weather fierce, yet you were steadfast, loyal. Now you live the pampered life with all the comforts that it brings, but there's something in your eye that says you miss your life with mountain kings. This hound is originally from the rugged mountains of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India, where it was a status symbol to the kings and tribal chieftains of the area. The Afghan hound's eyes have been described as gazing into the distance as if in memory of ages past. Today, the Afghan is considered one of the world's most elegant dogs. The Doxen. Some people call you Wiener. You're cute enough to eat. A better name would be Eclair, because you are so sweet. Did you know you could speak German? That's exactly what you're doing every time you say Dachshund. Dach is German for badger. Hund, you can probably guess, right? Hound. Dachshund, badger hound. Dachshund needed that funky sausage shape so they could get into those badger holes. And that tail, that's more like a handle. It's long and skinny, so the hunter could grab it and pull his beloved dog out of the hole. Ouch. The Old English Sheepdog. Hair! Everywhere! In some parts of England, the Old English Sheepdog was sheared right along with the sheep he watched over. His hair was woven into yarn, which was later turned into clothing. In other words, your winter coat could have been the same as Fido's. You shouldn't own an Old English Sheepdog if you're the lazy type. Grooming that ultra shaggy coat can take up to 3 or 4 hours a week. A week? Whoa. All right, I am not going to be able to pronounce this. Okay. Sholo. This is pronounced nope, that's just the XO part. Sholo Skulntili. I apologize. Sholo eats. Sholo eats quint. Sholo eats quintly. If I've said it like that, I've said it completely. Okay, so it's Sholo eats quintly. When you say the dog's name, you are speaking the language of the Aztecs. Take it one symbol at a time. Or you can say what everybody else does. The XOLO, pronounced Sholo. Sholos were thought to have healing powers and are sometimes still used to help keep a sick person warm. The next time you get the chills, curl up with a Sholo. And again, it's Sholo eats quintly. Sholo eats quintly. Whew. The Poodle. A dandy, a confection, a powder puff collection. No, an athlete, a surprise, a tough guy in disguise. When we see all those pom-poms, we might think of poodles as clowns. But these dogs are robust, resilient animals, first bred to retrieve hunters' ducks from icy European waters. That's what that wild hairdo is all about. Poodles were clipped to lighten the weight of their heavy, wet hair and to keep it from getting snagged on underwater branches. But the pom-poms were left around the joints and vital organs to keep them warm. The next time you get a haircut, why not ask for a poodle? I dare you. The Mutt. A little this, a little that, a little everything but cat. A product of alchemy. Your philosophy is what you see is what you get. And yet, with your crooked tail and down-turned ear, you're more than that, too. I think we see ourselves in you. You're every dog. Without papers or pedigree, you're the opposite of snobbery. You're democratic. You're all mixed up. You're one charismatic pup. Mixed-breed dogs can go by many names. In Hawaii, they are sometimes referred to as poi dogs. But no matter what you call them, mutts can make terrific, loving companions. If you are thinking about getting a dog, you might consider a mutt. They need us just as much as we need them. About 70% of all dogs in shelters are mutts. And then this is all of the artists. Good night. I love you.